I've hated them.
will join her fan club after she's finished, because she's so fun and sexy. She was a tomboy growing up, and by middle school, her guy friends had become distracted by the girls and didn't know what to do with them. And so she was frustrated that her guy friends couldn't seem to figure it out, so she decided to try to give the nice guys a chance and teach them what to do. Just let that percolate. Eventually, after she did some teaching, one of her friends said, "Charlie, is there any way I can just hire you to teach me this stuff?" And she said, "Yes." She's been a dating coach basically ever since. She leads workshops around the country. She teaches at universities, coaches clients one-on-one, and blogs at charlieknox.com. She teaches all kinds of people, and she believes the things that make us truly attractive are universal, and she will be reading The Opposite of Yes. So welcome to the stage, the gorgeous, talented Charlie Knox.
Hi. Trying to get all set up here. How are you? Excellent. Okay, we're gonna balance the drink on the. Aha. All right. No, which is good. This is your first lesson in consent. Beautiful. No is the opposite of yes. No, wait. All right, so tonight's all about consent. And just ignore the dripping. Julie asked me to get people wet tonight, and I don't think she realized. Well, okay, so consent, as we normally think about it, is about yes, right? Like, will you do X? They say yes, they consented. So, and I'm a dating coach, so I work a lot with people on how do you be someone that people want to say yes to a lot. Which is a really useful skill to have. But tonight I'm going to be talking about the opposite of yes, because knowing the opposite of yes is actually going to help you understand the mechanics of yes better. So, I sort of made a joke earlier, and you probably think you know when we're talking about the opposite of yes what that means. So what's the opposite of yes? Exactly, right? Most people think of no and yes as opposites. But actually, I'm here to tell you that that's not the case. Okay. The opposite of yes isn't no. Yes and no actually always exist simultaneously. They're like the front of the hand and the back of the hand. And you can't ever have one without the other. So let me give you an example. You ask, would you like me to fuck you harder? And I say, yes. So what does that mean? It means I'm saying yes to getting fucked harder, and no to how I'm being fucked right now. Right? And if I say no, don't fuck me harder, that means I'm saying no to being fucked harder, and yes to how I'm being fucked right now. So, while we don't normally think of no as being just as sexy as yes, actually it is. Yes and no are super sexy because they set edges and boundaries. And they let you be really clear about what's happening. And while you might sometimes wish that someone would say yes when they say no, no is still better than the opposite of yes. Because yes and no let you move forward. They give you direction. It's sort of like a choose your own adventure thing. Page 23 or page 57. Pirates or unicorns, right? Both are fun. Or maybe pirate unicorns. So I know that some of you don't believe me that no can be sexy. So I'm going to tell you about a recent encounter that I had with a very sexy no. And then we'll talk about the real opposite of yes. Deal? Yeah. Okay. So I was at South by Southwest. And I had just gotten coffee. It was early in the morning. And I was stopped at a crosswalk sort of waking up. And I hear, nice boots. She was talking about these boots. I found out later she likes zippers. So I turned and I saw this cute woman with a short brunette shaggy bob and a plaid shirt and a really confident demeanor. And I kind of looked her up and down and thought to myself, yep. So I found out where she was headed, and then I ran into the store where my boyfriend at the time was working, and I grabbed my phone, which was charging on his desk. I think I just got picked up by a super cute lesbian, so I have to go. He laughed, and I kissed him quickly and dashed after her. So I found her in the panel that she was sitting at, and I sat next to her. We giggled, and afterwards we exchanged information, and we split up to go see different panels and things at South by. After text flirting all day, I discovered that she was not only cute, but incredibly smart, hysterically funny, and a librarian. Swoon. So we met back up, and we had dinner and drinks with all our friends, and hung out, and then everyone went to bed, and we waited, and eventually it was just us, and it was 1:30 in the morning, and we were flirting, and we were holding hands, and we began that whole verbal dance of figuring out how you're going to get home, but nobody says where they're going, right? Like, oh, I need a cab, and are you in North, or should we... So finally I said that I was just too tired and drunk to be coy. She smiled. So I said, I'm going to try to make out with you here in a minute. Sweet, she said. But you should know that I'm seeing someone, I told her. Okay, she said. But we just opened our relationship, I told her. Okay, she said. But only to kissing. So I can make out with you, but I can't sleep with you. So she paused, considering, and finally she nodded, and she said, works for me, my hotel room. Yep, I said, echoing my thoughts the first time I saw her. We managed to make quick work of getting there, which was a testament to our commitment to fool around, given that it was the last night of South by Southwest Interactive. And at nearly 2 a.m., the streets were literally full of people, drunk people trying to get anywhere else. So we got there, and we walked into her hotel room. I dropped my bag on the floor, and turned around, and she kissed me. Her hands were strong on my face, dominant. She pushed me on the bed, and I moaned, half shocked, half delighted. And she climbed on top of me and began clawing and biting and thrusting. It was passionate and kinky and hot. And then at one point, her hand sort of slid down my stomach and up my thigh, and I pulled her hand away and sort of prepared myself for that game of, oh, come on, no, I can't. But instead, she stopped moving. She stopped kissing me, and she pulled away. She pulled her head up from my shoulder where she was leaving a particularly nice set of bite marks, and she looked into my eyes with this really intense stare. I am very good with boundaries, she told me. I'm not going to fuck you. I'm just going to make you wish I was. So I don't know if you have ever had somebody that you were totally lusting after look you straight in the face and tell you that they're not going to fuck you. But we don't normally consider that to be like a really hot thing. But it was, right? Obviously it was this really, really hot moment. And it was hot because of how she said it. And it was hot because she respected my boundaries. And because when I knew I could totally trust her, I could just lay back and let her tease me. And tease me, she did. We played this really hot game of how close can we get. And we never took our clothes off, but it was all the hotter for that. And since I'm single now, I'm planning a trip to visit her. And there are a lot more things on the yes plate than there were the last time. But can you see how no can be super sexy, right? It's clear, it's clean, and it outlines all the yeses. So, now that we're clear that no is not the opposite of yes, What is the opposite of yes?
I don't know.
So the opposite of yes, or the opposite of consent, is confusion. So here's how you know that's true, right? Yes can be sexy. Do you want to fuck me? Yes. And no can be sexy. I'm not going to fuck you. I'm just going to make you wish I was. But you know what's not sexy? I promise you none of you have ever heard this before in your whole life. I have no idea what's going on right now. I'm completely confused and uncertain about this situation. Because when there's confusion, you're paralyzed. You can't move forward, you can't move backward, you're stuck. So confusion, by the way, is different from not knowing. So you could say, would you like me to fuck you harder? And I can go, I don't know, but let's try it. Which is really a yes, right? Or, I don't know, but this is pretty great, so you know what, let's just hang out here. And that's a no. That's not confusion, right? Confusion is, would you like me to fuck you harder? So this is my professional dating coach advice. This is expensive, so listen up. Don't focus on trying to get someone to say yes to you. Instead, first you want to ask yourself, what do you want that you're not saying yes to? What are you not asking for? And what do you not want that you are not saying no to? What are you doing even if you don't want to? And then put your attention on hearing all the yeses and all the nos in other people. I don't think that yes is better than no. They're twins, dance partners, opposite sides of the hand. Where there's a no, there's always a yes. No to that relationship, yes to this one. No to that touch, yes to this way of connecting. Yes and no are ways of carving the lines of your relationship. You can try to force the lines into the way that you think that they'll be best. Or you can really explore with curiosity and see where all the lines end up. You can focus on trying to get laid, or you can focus on creating the most authentic connection with each person that you meet. And sometimes that's a sexy glance across a room, and that's the whole connection. Sometimes it's an all-night conversation about the meaning of life, and sometimes it is crazy monkey fucking. You want to start getting really curious about people's yeses and nos, and then you just look for all the overlapping yeses, and you do those things. You'll discover that sex is a really natural way to connect. Sex is something a lot of people say yes to. A lot of them are in this room.
Yes.
If you listen for all the yeses and all the nos, you'll end up with a lot of yeses, and even a lot of, oh God, yeses. So if you find that there's confusion for you around sex and dating, either you need to step back and figure out what you are a yes to and what you're a no to, and just get clear about that. Or you gotta let the people around you know that they can say yes to you and they can say no to you without any consequence. No, you don't want to be in a relationship with me? That's okay, that's your no. No, you don't want to sleep with me? That's okay. You like me even though I don't like you? That's okay, that's your yes. There's no problem being a yes or a no. The more you're okay with yes and no equally, the more you will get what you want and be completely okay when you don't get it. Thank you.